so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hi, how are you today? Thursday morning, June 5th, 2025. How are you today? I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. How are you? Good morning, Diane. Thursday. Now, at 10 o'clock, we have the Georgia Hour. We have a lot going on today. Yes, you know the look is like, okay, where do you start on a day like today? So at 10 o'clock, we have the Georgia GOP Inc. has a state officers election Saturday. And if you're out there anywhere in the world, you should pay attention. If you are a GOP in Montana, if you're a GOP in Wyoming, if you're in the GOP in Texas this morning, if you're in the GOP in Pennsylvania, no matter where you're at in America, if you are participating and you work within your GOP and you just wrapped up a 2024 where Donald Trump won in your state, maybe did not win, and you're going into the midterms, there is nothing's a big word, nothing like the effort to save the swamp and keep its creature in place. Give me number 3. This is an all-out effort, all hands on deck, to save the swamp in Georgia and keep its creature fed, the creature in the swamp, Josh McCoon. And that's Travis Bowden, his best friend. You will never, nothing like it of trying to keep this swamp in place. So take that down. We will continue our swamp removal, draining the swamp, taking out the swamp creature. We'll continue that at 10 a.m. on the Georgia Hour. It's enormous. Now, the swamp creature, oh, by the way, that's Josh McCoon. Let me give you this to ponder for 2 hours. I want you to ponder this because when we get to the Georgia Hour, I want you to be able to answer it or tell me what you think. Now, the swamp creature, which is Josh McCoon, the chairman of the Georgia GOP, all right, he has been endorsed by Donald J. Trump, and we know why, and we've said it here. I support President Trump. They can clip this. They can run it anywhere they want, all right? I support Donald J. Trump, but we all in America know that certain people have his ear or get the green light to endorse someone he's not all in. So I'm just going to tell you right now, in error, Donald Trump has endorsed the swamp creature in error. And that's because of somebody else that has his ear that's pushing the swamp creature endorsements. President Donald J. Trump was on the phone yesterday with Vladimir Putin trying to solve a war and stop people from being killed. He doesn't give a rat's rear end about Josh McCoon, just my opinion. So, but the creature has been endorsed from the top all the way to your local dog catcher. We say that jokingly in politics. We used to have the dog catcher, right? But he has gone everywhere to get an endorsement, everywhere. And they're stacked up, the swamp. And what it is we have a new drink in Georgia. Georgia GOP has a new drink. You know the Arnold Palmer? You ever go and somebody order an Arnold Palmer? Do you know what that is? Right? Lemonade, tea, Arnold Palmer. You know that, right? Well, our Georgia GOP Arnold Palmer is a mix of ethically challenged. Yes, ethically challenged. And the other mix is the fear of being on Josh McCoon or maybe even Brian Kemp or someone else enemy list, being on the enemy list. That's what's rolling out. So anyhow, we'll get into that. But here's the question. Josh McCoon makes $228,000 a year. He makes more than the governor of Georgia. He makes he works for the state of Georgia. He works for the state. He makes more than the lieutenant governor of Georgia. You know, he's paid almost like a coach. Maybe that's why he goes around claiming he is a coach. But anyhow, he makes $228,000 a year in the state of Georgia, plus a $17,000 travel expense, which we hope there's no commingling. He's got an endorsement from Trump to the dog catcher, county chairs, one right after another, members of Congress. But one in particular is missing. Now, it might come out today. It might come out tomorrow. Maybe because of this program, because they watch, they might call and say, well, you got to go ahead and do it now to prove me wrong. But as of this morning, his boss, as of this morning, now don't forget this guy right here. Well, he's got a 62% approval rating. Okay, no problem. 62% approval rating. That it's very interesting. Debbie Dooley now supports Brian Kemp. Wow. Yes. Debbie Dooley now supports Brian Kemp. She is MAGA establishment, right? Just like she was green tea. So in the Tea Party, she started, and then someone came along, and there was Nancy Pelosi's daughter. Yes. They said, you can make money, and we can market it as green tea. There's a thought. So Debbie Dooley can be purchased for an undisclosed amount. That's what we hear. I'm serious. If you're out there in America, we have this individual that can go out there, put out emails, attack people all the time, character, boom, for an undisclosed amount, possibly. And she now supports Brian Kemp. That is a real, wow. Debbie Dooley supports Brian Kemp. Now, give me this one right here. I know I have it. So we got to get into the show. Wow, do we have a lot to do? Elon Musk, the big, beautiful bill. Where the hell is that picture I had? I know I put it in here. Well, I'm going to run through one more time. If I can't find it, I'm going to move on. Give me number 25. Now, don't forget. Now, this is Josh's boss. All right? Might as well throw this up. Give me number 2 and then go back to that. Don't forget this. This is his employer, the state of Georgia, right? Now, Charlie Kirk, Turning Point Action, and all these people talk about free market capitalism and the private sector. And Josh McCoon really doesn't know anything about the private sector. If Josh McCoon was to look at you and say, I support small business and tax breaks for your small business and economic incentives to help you grow your small business, that's just something somebody wrote for him. He has no idea really what it means. That's not joking. It's not being mean. I mean, most of these lawmakers, they're attorneys. I like attorneys. There's one or two. There's one or two. Okay, so don't get all bent out of shape. But I'm just saying, you go up to D.C., they're trying to sell you a package on $1 trillion of spending, and the majority of them are attorneys. And attorneys are mixed with lobbyists, and they write bills. So Josh McCoon is an attorney, okay? And he makes $228,000, 17, right close to 18 grand for travel. Now, that's the state of Georgia. Go to back to the other one. You remember the number I had? That's his boss. That is the man's boss. Got it? Brian Kemp, the governor. This is not attack the governor day or attack anybody day. This is fact day, the fact of the matter day. This is his boss. Remember when he created the leadership committees to raise money and say, GOP? I didn't do it. I wasn't there. Kemp moves to take command of GOP, leaving state party behind. Now, so this is the one person that you've not seen in one of these major Josh McCoon endorsements. Why? Why is his boss not endorsed? So that's our question. Diane, get me out of there. Now, this is the day. You want to mark the date down, Diane. There's going to be things said, and we're going to have to say, let's go back and roll the tape. That'll be today. We will be rolling the tape in the near future. So, don't forget this. I like this. It's a little graphic. Turn your head if if it upsets you. But I like this one. Give me number 71. All right. Debbie Dooley supports Brian Kemp. Just get it out there. Holy smokes. If Tom kills Jerry, the show's over. So every day, Tom almost catches Jerry, and then the show ends, and then the next day, Tom almost catches him again. Same reason the other party never fixes anything when they're in power. If he catches him, the show's over. Just saying. Give me number 69. Elon Musk is out there saying, kill Bill. Why? Is Elon Musk upset? Kill Bill. I'm going to tell you what I think. Kill Bill. Now, this is interesting. New York City. Give me number 64. Now, I used to go to New York City when I was just a wee lad. Yes. Yankee Stadium. Yes. Yankee Stadium, Thurman Munson was behind the plate. Chris Chambliss was on first base. I can give you the whole lineup. I used to have Bobby Mercer's number 9 back before jerseys costed $350, and they were $12 at Sears. Write that down. I'm so old. How old are you? I had Bobby Mercer's Yankee jersey number 9 for $12.50 from Sears before they were $350. Anyhow, so this is where we're at. All right. The New York City mayor race. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has endorsed Zoran, right? Now, there's several candidates in this race for New York City mayor. But just the thought that New York City, my beloved New York City, may be on a London trajectory. Did I get that? A London trajectory. One, just the fact Cuomo, the alleged, the person of interest, murderer during COVID of grandparents and many others, just the fact that an alleged murderer, just the fact of a guy that couldn't keep his mitts off the ladies, just the fact that a guy that was smooching every little chickie that came in the office, just the fact. There's just a couple more facts that he's standing on the stage, a disgraced governor, as the front runner for New York City mayor. And then if you don't go there, the second option they want to give you is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has endorsed, right, Zoran. Now, I'm just going to tell you right now, I believe, and this is, we're not going to go down the road. I'm not getting into it with these viewers here because I love all of you. You know that. But I believe in Israel's right for existence. I absolutely do. I believe for Israel's right for existence. End of story. We're not going to go down the road. I get Gaza, Palestinians, the region. I'm not a specialist in the region. But this man will not. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has endorsed him, and he will not make the statement, he wouldn't do it last night, that Israel has the right to exist. Will not make the statement. So much like London, there's a possibility of having a grandma alleged person of interest, grandma killer, as mayor of New York City, the beloved New York City when I was a kid. You know, I went to New York City with Mayor Koch. I went to New York City with Dinkins, Rudy Giuliani, Bloomberg. I mean, was I ever in there when the blind guy was leading the city? What was his name? But anyhow, and what's the last? De Blasio. Oh, my God. New York City could have a Muslim, he's Muslim, a Muslim mayor. Just saying. Oh, all right. Take that down. We'll talk about that a little later in the show. Today, number 87. Today we have, on this date in history, 1968, Robert F. Kennedy, RFK Jr.'s father, was murdered right after winning the California primary, the Democrat primary in California. Right after his speech, he was murdered. So this is what they're saying. Give me 88. And then we want to come back and we're going to do a solid. If you're new to the show, we open up with some of the things we're going to do, and then we take a break and come back and do solid segments on subjects. So Elon Musk, there's people that assume, there's people that say they have inside White House information. There are flamethrowers over on social media, flamethrowers that they call influencers. Now, you got to understand, there's a group of people that get paid to carry a narrative. There's a group of people that get paid to carry a narrative. Now, I don't know your age, and I'm not being silly. I'm seriously not being silly, but you were manipulated and taught from cartoons from the time that your mom parked you in front of the TV at 4 years old. If you watch Speed Racer, Speed was a good racer. Racer X was the quiet guy that, that nobody knew who he was. And then there was the bad racer that Speed had to beat. All right. No matter what your age is right now, you grew up on good versus evil and the manipulation that there was two sides. And that's what you grew up on. So I just say that for the simple reason, you have people out there that are paid. They're paid to carry water. Just keep that in mind. All right. Because I can give you 5 programs today that will carry close to the same narrative, close. And then I can give you another 5 that'll have a different narrative. Just saying. So this is what they say is possible. Elon Musk issues with the Trump administration, electric vehicle tax credit cut from the spending bill, denied ability to stay longer as a special government employee. He didn't want kicked out. I mean, so I got to get off the couch. This is what they want you to believe, okay? Denied use of the Starlink satellite system for air traffic control. Trump pulled the nomination of Jared Isaacman to be NASA administrator. Now, number 4 is something you should zero in on. Why did Trump pull on a Saturday night special? Did the deep state? Why did Trump pull this guy to head NASA, a friend of Elon Musk? Basically, Trump said, look, you know all the whole rocket thing, all right? And we all know this, and I got to go to break, but we all know this. Everyone, right? Trump went down to watch Elon launch a rocket. You know, Trump's there. He's got his red hat on. Trump did rally. He had rally after rally where he said, I called Elon. I said, Elon, did you really back that rocket right into the launch pad? Did you really do that? Is that real? Wasn't that amazing? So we all know that. We all know that Elon wants to go to Mars. Now, I personally do not want to go to Mars. Can't get me out of the house to go to the box store 20 minutes away. I certainly don't want to be headed off to Mars. I just not feeling it, okay? But Elon wants to go. He wants to go to Mars. And he's always told Trump that. At Mar-a-Lago, remember, Elon had a suite. Elon's in room 7 up there. Little X is up there. Elon was at Mar-a-Lago. Elon was at the transition. Now, keep this in mind. We're going to talk about it because I am tired of the noise over here. Elon was on the campaign trail. Elon was at the fighting matches at night, side by side. He was on Air Force One. He was on Trump Force One, Elon. Right? Yeah. He was there. Transition team. Elon was there. When people came down to Mar-a-Lago after Trump won in November, and every day we would see different people come into Mar-a-Lago, and they were sitting around the table, you know, Trump drinking a Diet Coke, Elon was there. You would see Susie Wiles, John Thune, Elon was there. Mike Johnson. And then he goes to Washington, D.C., and he has prime primo seat for inauguration. Elon was there. Cabinet meetings, Elon was there. The first one, they made him stand up. He said to the president, and why am I standing? So next time they gave him a place card and a seat. Elon was there. Now let's just talk facts. This is not how you feel. These are the facts. Bottom line, he was there. And you know, throughout all the conversations and all the talk and everything, President Trump knows he wants to go to Mars. Now, I will tell you this. I have on good authority that Elon was given the NASA pick. Trump said, look, anybody, now this is not a quote from the President of the United States, but Trump said anyone that could back in the garage like that from 30,000 feet or whatever, that's pretty neat. Yeah, you can give me, who do you want? So Elon picked someone. Now, I can hear it. Well, we did the research. Do you know the guy he picked? How many times he gave to a Democrat? Do you know how He is actually a Democrat. Okay. No problem. Well, I don't like that, but that's what happened. But Elon was given the pick. The guy went through the confirmations. Isaacman went to the Senate, went through the confirmations. Not a word, nothing. Right? Makes it out of committee, ready to go to the floor for a vote. This is the White House Saturday night, 9:30 p.m. I don't know what time it was. Yeah, let's put the kibosh on Jared. Like, yeah. Don't put him on the floor for a vote. We're gonna put the kibosh. We think we're gonna go another direction on this one. What happened? I'm going to say this. Did Trump promise Elon fiscal responsibility? A, did Elon go there and realize no matter how many times Trump said to everybody, work with Elon, fiscal responsibility, that it wasn't going to happen because Elon just met the swamp in D.C.? So when you're out there listening to the noise, think about what I'm telling you this morning. He was there. Now, we have till what? The end of the year? When do we have? We have until a certain date for these tax cuts to expire. All right? The Trump tax cuts expire on X date. So I'm all about scrapping this bill. Well, we have so much work into it. Okay, so it's wrong. So what I should consider is how much work you have. Oh, okay. We'll go with your bill because of all the work you put into it. All right. You know, it doesn't matter how much work you put into your project. If you turn it in and a teacher says, that wasn't the assignment, and you get an F. Did they give out an F? You can't go up there and say, but I worked 80 hours on it. Yeah, but that wasn't the project, and it's wrong. All right, so we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We got a lot for the Georgia Hour this morning. How about this? This is confidence, right? 54. Just throw it out there. We may do it again later in the show. This is the leadership. Look at the brain cells here, or lack of, or Jasmine Crockett runs to be top Democrat on oversight. Now, all I want to say is I don't know if she will become top Democrat on oversight, but if she was to become top Democrat on oversight, all right, and Democrats take back the House, and she chairs the Oversight Committee. Wow. I'm just at a loss of words. So I want to do this after the break. Putin was on the phone. How about this, number 50? Everybody cashing in. Cash in. Number 50. Everyone was showing this yesterday, and I personally could care less, right? Karine Jean-Pierre, former Biden lesbian press secretary, leaves Democrat Party. She's out of the Democrat Party. She's out. She has a book to sell. All right, let me double check here. All right, that's after the break. We talked about that. We talked about the phone call. All right, we're going to take a break. And when we return, how about Big Beautiful Bill? We'll start there with Elon Musk right after these messages.
At At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959.
Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done.
Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Welcome back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on Voice of Rural America. Good morning, Diane. The show where we ask the question, was it all by design? Was it? Was it all by design? I'm just wondering. We asked the question. You know, the line to hear a lie is clear around the building, but the line for the truth is very short. Isn't that sad? But this is the show where we ask the question, was it all by design? Now, I want to ask a question here. I figured in the first half hour, if I didn't upset you then, I would take another shot. And I feel by the end of the show today, everybody will be all miffed and grouchy, but I don't know. I'm just saying that. What? I want to ask you a question. This one's going to get you. Where's all my stuff? Okay, so where's it at? Let's see. I had it here a minute ago. Where's that? Hold on now. Okay, got it. So what tribe are you from? Are we tribal? What tribe do you belong to? Are we split? Is this the great MAGA split? Where we have, we'll call it maybe a Tucker Carlson lane and Sean Ray lane or something like that. And then we have the Steve Bannon lane and that lane. And we've got an Elon Musk lane and Donald Trump lane. And what tribe are you in? What did you expect out of this presidency? Are they delivering? Are you upset? See, I'm a fiscal conservative. See, Ronald Reagan, I'm a fiscal conservative, period. And I won't change. I support Donald J. Trump. Throw it up there. Okay, thank you, Diane. But I won't change. I'm a fiscal conservative. Now, I want to play this for a reason before we start, because people are attacking Elon Musk, and where are you at? Do you like the bill? Are you going to go around and wear a Trump hat? All right, I'm going to get attacked. Wow, man, I'm saying this right on the edge. Are you going to go around and wear a Trump hat and a Trump shirt and yell, MAGA, America first, the big, beautiful bill? Are you going to do that? Is that what you're doing, yelling big, beautiful bill? Big, beautiful bill. Rah, rah, rah. Where are my... Is that what you're going to do? Not me. I'm not into the big, beautiful bill. First of all, the lawmakers in Washington, D.C., there's 535 that create Congress. 100 senators and 435 members of the House of Representatives equal a Congress. Out of 535 members, this may be a low number, but I would guess only 35 truly understand the real world. I'm serious. Rest of them are running around and they're Harvard graduates and come from a big law firm, and they were the chosen one in their district, or they were the chosen one in the state for Senate, and they were backed by money and certain people, and they were pushed right up there and given a card to vote. They don't know what to do, when to do it, how to do it, without a lobbyist sending over what button to push. That goes all the way down to your state representatives. That goes all the way down to your state senators until someone says you can push that button. Then you have the rogue, the person that goes rogue and pushes the button by themselves no matter what. Now, let me get out of that. So, Elon Musk told you. Video 1.
America is also going bankrupt extremely quickly. And everyone seems to be sort of whistling past the graveyard on this one. You know, the Defense Department budget is a very big budget, okay? It's $1 trillion a year, DoD, Intel, it's $1 trillion. And interest payments on the national debt just exceeded the Defense Department budget. They're over $1 trillion a year, just in interest, and rising. We're adding $1 trillion to our debt, which our kids and grandkids are going to have to pay somehow every 3 months, and then soon it's going to be every 2 months, and then every month, and then the only thing we'll be able to pay is interest. And if this is, it's just it's just like a person at scale that has racked up too much credit card debt, and this does not have a good ending. And so we have to reduce the spending.
Now, I played that here well before the first reading of the text or the first version of the text of the bill came out. We played that here, right, Diane? We played that here. We played that here when Elon Musk was at the White House at a cabinet meeting. We played that here. And I'm telling you right now, as soon as a bond sale fails, like he said, every 3 months, add 2 months, 1, and then before you know it, we only pay interest. It's like a bad dream of credit card. And let me tell you something. Unless I'm aware of something I don't know, there will not be a commercial run at the White House. Do you have $40 trillion in debt? Can you not pay it? Are you only paying interest? Call us today and let us help you. Let us help you reduce that debt and work with your creditors to get you to where you can pay down on the principal. I don't think that commercial will run. I don't. Now, I heard Democrats say, and I don't like to regurgitate a Democrat phrase, but, right, full faith and credit of the United States. The very minute a bond sale fails, right, very minute it fails, very minute that we think someone that we can negotiate the debt, the world loses confidence, and we're completely, you've heard people say third world country, we are completely there. Hyperinflation. Now, I want to say something. You ready? I know it. Maybe I should get this right here. Can you see this now? Diane, don't get upset, but oh, that's nice. That's nice. We're going to leave it there, Diane.
Can I ask a question?
Like that. Go ahead, Diane. Go ahead.
What has Scott Bessent said about the bill?
Save that question. I can't get there right now. All right. So I don't hang my hat on Jamie Dimon. I don't hang my hat on Jamie Dimon. All right. You've heard the Scott Bessent. You threw me off there, Diane, but we're going to work on it anyway. You've heard the Scott Bessent rumor that Scott Bessent and Elon got into an actual fight. All right. You hear all this noise. Scott Bessent does not want to he doesn't want to let the tax cuts run out. I think, without going too deep here, I think Scott Bessent knows that if the tax cuts run out, I mean, there's zero chance. And that this bill has to have a growth rate. All right. Now, considering you asked, you have CBO. And when is the last time the CBO has got something correct? All right. So you have a growth rate. So every time, this is Congress we're talking about. This is Congress. They come out, they put a bill, and they say anticipated growth, CBO score, anticipated interest rate will go here because of these numbers. And when's the last time Congress put something out with any of those indicators that equaled a positive in the right direction? It's not there. So I do know this. Your answer, without, because I've got a loaded on this. Scott Bessent, Jamie Dimon is sounding the alarm, and I don't scream Jamie Dimon very much, but he's sounding the alarm on scaring the bond market. Now, to me, the bond market means nothing, but to people holding the debt, it's large. So Jamie Dimon is sounding the alarm on possible fear in the bond market with our debt. With our debt burden, and Scott Bessent is sounding the alarm of what's going to happen if these tax cuts expire. Now, I'm going to put those two together where the problem is. So let's go back. Elon Musk says we're broke. Are we? Now, I want to say something. I want to put my Trump hat because I've told you on this program, until you see this disappear, I have not lost support from my president. But Donald J. Trump, facts. Donald J. Trump's whole life is surrounded debt. His business model is debt. Donald Trump has always created in his business model so much debt that the banker was upside down the banker and they had to talk. So Donald Trump understands the art of the deal. On any given day, the bank says, we got a problem. And he says, yeah, all right. Okay, well, I just won't pay you. No, you can't do that. You have to do that. Well, I'll tell you what, let's rework the deal. He's done that his whole life, folks. I mean, that's just who he is. I'm not going to pretend he's somebody that he's not. When it comes to business, he's always surrounded himself by enormous debt. And then the bank can't walk away. And he's always been able to say, well, let's sit down and talk. And I certainly hope where our debt's concerned, that's not the thought process, because I don't think the world is going to do that with the American dollar and our bonds and our debt. I don't think so. Well, after stretching that out, Elon Musk told us we're whistling past the graveyard, just whistling right by it. That was put out well before. So when they say, oh, he's mad, he doesn't like the bill. So I'm going to go through some graphics. Oh, remember, I'll get to there in a minute. So the bill's 1,100 and some pages long, right? 1,100 and some pages deep. And we have, give me this right here. We have our proof, 120. They don't read it. They don't read these bills. We were supposed to get, Marjorie Taylor Greene said, full transparency. And because you start by saying full transparency, I did not know about this section on page 278 and 279. Now, 278 and 279 was probably in an appropriations committee meeting over here that she wasn't involved in. And they told her office, oh, we're good to go. I've told you over and over how it works. They promised us 12 appropriations bills. All right? Promised. Marjorie Taylor Greene, we have the video, promised us 12 appropriations bills. No more omnibus, push it together. No more bills stacked this high. No more. But we have an 1,109 page, and it's a big, beautiful bill, but it's not It's not. Damn it, I'm tired of it. I don't like the name. I do not. I am not going to go around and say, how's the big, beautiful bill today? I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen here. And if word gets to President Trump and he calls me in and says, hey, I heard you're not going to say big, beautiful bill, I'm going to look at him respectfully, say, Mr. President, I respect you very much. I appreciate you. You have my full support. I will not call it the big, beautiful bill. I hope you have a nice day. I may have just ended all my chances of ever getting there, right? I thought Marcy McCarthy was going to get me in, but I don't think it's going to happen. So, full transparency, I did not know this section was there. I would have never voted for it. What? So we have that. Now, 1,100 pages. Now, let me show you something. I'm tired of voting R. I am so sick and tired of voting R. I'm tired of saying, if you want Democrats, vote for them, but if not, we got to vote Republican. I am sick and tired of it. I'm telling you right now, I'm tired of it. I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm going to show you why. See, I was alive. Where's it at? Give me 76. Historically, House Republicans ended earmarks in 2011. Now, we had this major problem, pork barrel spending. And we had this major problem because the Republicans said, Ronald Reagan conservatives, fiscal conservatives, people that will not forget our principles, said, look, this has to stop. So you have reconciliation. Now, there was a time when reconciliation, the parliamentarian, don't forget there's a parliamentarian involved, reconciliation could only pertain to budgetary items. And then there was that time where you could go and hang ornaments on it like a Christmas tree. And so you would call your lawmaker out in Illinois and say, vote for the bill. Well, I need 5 more bridges. Can you get me 5 more? You got it. 5 more bridges. What's it cost? You got it. Write the bridges up, send it in, tack it onto the bill. Hey, I need your vote out there in Rhode Island. I know you do, but I tell you what we need. We need research on why shrimp, only tastes better with cocktail sauce with horseradish and not just regular ketchup. How much you need? Put me $1 billion in that shrimp study. I'm not joking. The $1 billion might have been a reach, but I'm not joking. That's how it used to work. And we fought, and we said we're fiscal conservatives. And historically, the House Republicans ended earmarks in 2011. This was in response to concern about corruption, wasteful spending, particularly following the rise of the Tea Party movement. I was there. I will not change. I will not break. I am as against wasteful corruption spending today as I was the day I stood down there at the Capitol with 1 million people protesting at a Tea Party event in 2010. I was there. And I'm here now and nothing's changed. We stopped it. We said no more. However, the practice was revived in 2021. COVID money was going out the door. The practice was revived in 2021 by Democrats. Facing the new reality, House Republicans voted also to participate. They went together. We fought for years to end this spending. Elon Musk sits up there and he tells you these lawmakers do not want to stop it. They can lie to you all day long. 2021, they come in, right? They stole an election. They installed I don't know, a robot. I know that's the laugh line of the day, but they installed a robot. Obama won. Well, no, that's Obama. Biden 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whichever one was in there. No jokes. They go and they say, look, we're going to put trillions of dollars on the books. We don't care. We're going to shovel it out the door. Democrats said we're going to do it, and Republicans, they said to Republicans, you want in on it? And Republicans said, yeah, I want in on it. Now, every time they tell you we need to roll back spending to pre-Biden pandemic spending, this is the reason why. Democrats, we're gonna shove trillions out the door. You in on it? Yeah, count us in. While some Republicans continue to oppose earmarks as wasteful spending, the party has embraced them in the recent years. For example, in 2024 spending bill, 2024, we're in 2025, Republicans directed more earmarks on their side of the aisle than Democrats. 77. Earmarks, also known as congressional directed spending, are provisions in legislation that allocate federal funds to specific projects, districts, or states. They bypass the standard competitive process of federal funding, allowing lawmakers to direct money to projects within their constituents. Earmarks can be found in legislation. Hard earmarks can be found in committee reports. And then '75, the resurgence and growing acceptance. After a decade-long ban, Republicans in the House voted to lift their earmark ban on March 2021. Every one of them damn liars that walk down the hall and say, yes, I'm glad Elon Musk is here to find my corruption, our corruption. I'm glad Elon Musk is here to find right? Today in front of a CNN reporter, today in front of an ABC reporter, right? After a decade-long 2021 allowing members to participate in the process while initially reluctant, a significant portion of the Republican caucus has embraced earmarks, or what we call community project funding. In 2024 spending bills, Republicans secured a larger share of earmarks than Democrats, indicating increased participation. The Green New Deal, shoving it out the window, right? The infrastructure bill, shoving it out the window. People literally with shovels throwing cash out the windows. And you know who is doing it? Republicans. With Democrats too. Yeah, they were. They were doing it. Now they tell you that they're going to be fiscal hawks. Now, I would like for you to go in 2021, right? March of 2021, I would like for you to go and see how many that are currently there that were there March of 2021. Most of them, right? Most of them were there March of 2021. Shoveling it out the window. I didn't hear them scream. Then we were going to get 12 appropriations bills, right? Right? Then we're going to do reconciliation. It's a big, and you were told, we got to do it all one time. We got to do it all at one time. All of it must be done right now. We'll never get the second one done. I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to take a break. We'll start all over. I'm going to look at the camera and tell you, I'm okay with all of the debate back and forth on what you think of Elon Musk. All right? Fine. But I'll tell you what. Elon Musk was not there in 2011 in Washington, D.C. when you and I fought to stop earmarks and wasteful spending. And you can get mad at Elon all day today and say all the things you want. And Steve Bannon could say, I told you I would run him off. Okay? Elon Musk was not there March 2021 when Republicans in the House voted to lift earmark bans. He wasn't there, folks. He wasn't there. He wasn't there in 2024 when Republicans actually secured more of the stolen printed cash than Democrats. He wasn't there. Just saying. First of all, take this into consideration before you tell me the big beautiful bill must be moved forward, and the big beautiful bill if Rand Paul doesn't do this, and the big beautiful bill if this one continues to say this. Clean it up. Cut the spending. Get rid of earmarks. Start all over again. Do what you promised. Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959.
Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done.
Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. That would be me. Good morning, Diane. Diane, I have a question for you. In that last segment, let's just say I would have signed the 9-page NDA that the Georgia Republican Party, Inc. required candidates to sign. 9 pages, like 10 foot tall. This is not a joke. NDA, page to page, disparaging the Republican Party. Well, it was 25,000, and it's like a swear jar. So, like the last segment, 25,000 per incident disparaging the Republican Party. What would I have been up to? Like 175 grand at 25.
You wouldn't be able to sign that NDA because you'd be in the hole every show.
Right. Folks, I was there. You were there. Okay. I told you. I'm old enough to remember, and I'm not going to tell you what I remember because maybe I don't, but I'm old enough. Yes. And I remember when Republicans said, okay, we're going to go back to earmarks. No, you didn't just say that. It went quietly. They voted it right in. All right, so what is this guy's name? Is it Milton Friedman? Let's go ahead and start with people are upset. Give me number 73. People are upset because I won't call it the big, beautiful bill. I'm not tricked on the marketing. I'm just not. Okay. So this is Milton Friedman. Let's play video. I love these simple explanations. Video 3.
The real tax on the American people is what government spends. If the federal government spends $450 billion and only raises $400 billion in taxes, who do you suppose who pays that other $50 billion? Do you suppose the tooth fairy does? Inflation is, from this point of view, a form of taxation. If government spends more than it takes in, it has to meet the difference, either by printing money or by borrowing from the public at large.
Okay. Bottom line. Simple facts. Now, remember when, give me number 70, all right? And they're mad at Elon Musk, and I get it, maybe. But Congressman Mike Lee said, I'm drafting, and Elon Musk retweeted this, All right. I'm drafting a constitutional amendment to oust every member of Congress whenever inflation exceeds 3%. It's better to disqualify politicians than for the entire nation to suffer under the yoke of inflation. Please let me know what you think. So Warren Buffett, let's go with that one, video 2.
I can end the deficit in 5 minutes. You just pass a law that says that anytime there's a deficit of more than 3% of GDP, all sitting members of Congress are ineligible for re-election.
I'm actually okay. Give me video. We're going to go with video. At 10 o'clock, we'll have the Georgia Hour. At 10 o'clock, we will have the Georgia Hour, and we're going to be talking about the Georgia GOP Inc. Give me video 18.
Smart. I think he's entitled to his opinion. He's frustrated. I think he believes, in my judgment correctly, that we're quickly becoming debt slaves, that Congress needs to.
Quickly becoming debt slaves. Okay? Now, I just want to say, debt slaves. What Elon Musk is explaining exactly in the video that we played, well before the bill was written, well before the text of the bill, what Elon Musk was explaining was, you know, you're adding $1 trillion every X days, then 2 months, then 1 month, and then the interest only. Interest only. And when a bond sale fails, in fact, Google what happens when a bond sale fails and see what it tells you. Whistling past the graveyard. 1,100 pages. Marjorie Taylor Greene admits she didn't vote for it. The guy out in Nebraska, what did we do that one 2 weeks ago when he went home and he said, I have to admit, I didn't realize that was in there. I've told you in Georgia, right? What'd I tell you? That someone goes by and tells your representative in Georgia, hey, the speaker would like for you to highly consider this bill. It's important to him and the president. Boom. All right. Out the door, lunch with a lobbyist. Same thing in Washington, D.C. So the guy in Nebraska we had that day, I forget his name, District 2 in Nebraska or whatever. He has the town hall. He admitted to the people at the town hall, I didn't read this section. Marjorie Taylor Greene said, well, I didn't read that page. If I would have known that 228 and 229 read this way, I would have voted no. But if those two, and MTG, full transparency, and she didn't see something in a page, and Elon says, scrap this thing, he's the bad guy? Now listen to Mike Johnson, and then we're going to go to Vladimir Putin in just a minute. All right, give me video 21.
Like it's hard. The comments mark what appears to be an escalation in the rift between Musk and the Trump administration. One senior White House official telling NBC News President Trump is now considering how and when to respond, adding that he was, quote, caught off guard but not entirely surprised by Musk's opposition. Meanwhile, House Speaker Mike Johnson had this to say.
Elon and I left on a great note. We were texting one another, happy texts, Monday. And then yesterday, 24 hours later, he does a 180 and he comes out and opposes the bill. And it surprised me, frankly. I think he's flat wrong. I think he's way off on this, and I've told him as much, and I've said it publicly and privately. I'm very consistent in that. But am I concerned about the effect of this on the midterms? I'm not. Let me tell you why. Because when the big, beautiful bill is done and signed into law, every single American is going to do better.
We're going to watch.
So, first of all, you were given a choice. You're given a choice to trust. Give me give me number. Where's he at there? I got him here somewhere. I know I got the little weasel somewhere, Mike Johnson. I got let's go with 91. There's the weasel. I mean, that's who he is now. I know you're going to say, well, I thought you supported him. Whoa, 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 whoa. What have I always said? That Diane, call me out if I'm not being honest. Call me out. If I'm not being honest with the viewers here. I always said he went to Mar-a-Lago and made a deal. Whether you like it or not, he made a deal. Trump supports him. I've always said that. So I told you you're going to deal with Mike Johnson. Trump supports him. He made a deal with President Trump. He's keeping his deal with President Trump. So the little weasel, Elon and I were texting. I sent emojis to him. I sent smiley faces. And just like that in 24 hours. No, I don't think in 24 hours. I think Elon Musk has told you when you were at Mar-a-Lago right after the election. And I think Elon Musk took a break. This is what I think, because I don't have inside from Tesla, which took a hit. He's still the wealthiest man in the world. You're not, Mike Johnson. You've not created any wealth. Remember all these people that have created wealth or have wealth that they did not create. Remember the word create, okay? And go look it up in the definition. So remember all of these people that have wealth but yet did not create the wealth. Elon Musk, he created the wealth. Bottom line. Now you can argue, and he got a loan from the government. I understand he paid it back. But this guy here, you got the wealthiest man in the world. He went to Mar-a-Lago. Said, look, I'm in. If I can clean the mess up, we're going to go broke. You got it? And Mike Johnson says he's flat wrong. Okay? And I'm not worried about the midterms. That's what it equaled up to, the midterms. So, let's see. By the way, on the midterms, Trump's not on the ballot. He's not on the ballot. So let's run through some graphics this morning, some of the tweets, and then we're going to get ready to go to Vladimir Putin. Don't forget, they're claiming, I don't want to hear travel ban. Okay, I get it. Oh my God, diversion tactic. Trump put in a travel ban 2.0 from Trump. And then I don't want to hear that Biden made a statement, because we don't know what kind of statement his office made. Where the heck is that one I was looking for? Give me number 88. So let's remember, this is what they're reporting. Elon Musk issues nothing about the country being broke. Nothing. Elon Musk's issues with the Trump administration, electric vehicle tax credits cut from the spending bill. He could be upset over that. 7,500 EV tax cut. He could be upset over that. He could be upset, and everybody could be upset, because electric vehicles are not paying a road tax like you and I. Denied ability to stay longer. I wanted to stay longer. Well, you knew when you got here you only had 130 days. Yeah, but this is what they want to lead you to believe. Denied use of Starlink satellite system for air traffic control. Now, he wanted to revamp air traffic control. Just saying. Trump pulled the nomination of Jared Isaacman to the NASA administration. So don't forget this guy here, number 28, he was pulled on a Saturday night. Trump drops NASA nominee Jared Isaacman, scrapping Elon Musk's pick. The White House, I think Elon Musk called and said, whoa, wait a minute. This bill does not do what we need done. What are we going to do about that? Get Elon out of the way. Right? We're okay, Mr. President. He's done his time. Get Elon out of the way. You can't make this up, because here's what Elon tweeted this out. I know I'm jumping all over, and I'm gonna just go through graphics in just a moment. Give me number 72. This is what they're mad about because he is tweeting these kind of things out. I'm going to say something that's really going to upset you people today. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do it today. Exactly. Elon Musk. Exactly. Money. Doge has saved the government. Trump's big, beautiful bill. I got to tell you a school bus story later. Now, let's go through here. We're going to talk about the clickers at 10 o'clock. I'm going to answer your question. You sent me a question. So give me number 30. We'll start there with just running through the graphics. Musk ally pours gasoline on Tesla chief's feud with Trump after it cost him the top job at NASA. Just saying. Give me travel ban. I have travel ban. We'll get to that later. We'll get to Biden or whoever it is. We told you that story. Give me this one here. Number 47. Trump is pleased because he finally agrees with Elizabeth Warren on something. Scrap the debt limit to prevent an economic catastrophe. President Donald Trump endorsed abolishing the federal debt limit. Can any of this apply to us back home? Just saying. Wow. Okay. Keep that in mind. Give me number 58. Senators broach $2 trillion in spending cuts in White House meeting with Trump. Key Senate Republicans strategized with Trump. Thune, they went to see Trump yesterday on how to cut spending deeper than the House budget and pressed him to make his proposal business tax cuts permanent. Failure is not an option, Senate Majority Leader Thune said. So we're waiting to hear what is actually coming out of the Senate side, all right? Anyone that tells you, wait till you start seeing a draft come out of the Senate side. Where was that at? Going to run through these. Not going to get stuck there. Number 60. Musk demands do-over on Trump's budget bill. Let's see. Number 62, this is Trump, Elizabeth Warren. I'm very pleased to announce that after all these years, I agree with Elizabeth Warren on something. The debt limit should be entirely scrapped to prevent an economic catastrophe. It is too devastating to be put in the hands of political people. Let's see. As to Senator Warren's second statement on the $4 trillion, I like that also, but it would have to be done over a period of time as short as possible. Let's get together, Republicans and Democrats, and do this. What say you? This is out here. All right, give me number 63. The big, beautiful bill will add $2.4 trillion to the deficit. Now, I'm not saying that's exactly correct. I'm just saying it's out there. Elon Musk, number 69, kill Bill. This really sent him over the edge yesterday. Number 74, like Thomas Massey, don't like Thomas Massey. Absolutely, Thomas Massey. A big, beautiful bill is a debt bomb ticking. It's also the biggest missed opportunity conservatives have ever had to put our country back on track of fiscal sanity. If we defeat the bill, a better one could be offered that won't bankrupt our country. Elon Musk, absolutely. And let me make sure. Let me go through the deep state, corporate corrupt deep state. Give me 89. They're loving it over there. Trump is losing patience with Musk's outburst over the mega bill. Number 90, Musk urges lawmakers to kill the bill. 91, GOP bill for Trump's agenda would add $2.4 trillion to the debt. Now, I'm not saying this is going to actually happen. I'm just saying that's what's on here. But keep this in mind. We'll close with this this one right here, 97. Why are you going on Morning Joe? Why is the deep state working? Why are these people working together? Why are you going on Morning Joe, Senator John Kennedy, this morning? Number 98, kill the bill. Musk continues broadsides against the Republican mega bill. 99. 100, they have it out there, MSNBC, Musk, a new spending bill should be drafted that doesn't massively grow the deficit and increase the debt ceiling by $5 trillion. 101, Elon Musk, call your senator, call your congressman. Bankrupting America is not okay. Let me make sure I don't have anything else here. Give me 108, MSNBC. Can Musk build support to kill the bill? All right, so we're going to leave on that note. 111, they went yesterday. John Thune and leadership, that's Barrasso, is that his name, from Wyoming? Yesterday, they went to meet the leadership of the Senate with President Trump. They're getting ready to put the bill on the Senate floor and start marking it up and put their version out. You will see that in the coming days. That 118, I don't know what I did there. I'm sorry, Diane, 118. They went yesterday for that meeting. Thank you. All right, take a break. Vladimir Putin, Russia, Zelensky, Deep State, and the Georgia Hour at 10 o'clock. Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959.
Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done.
Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, When you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. How are you today? 10 o'clock will be the Georgia hour. Now, I'm going to give you a heads up. Heads up. All right, tomorrow's Georgia hour will be officially the Georgia half hour, because tomorrow's convention day. We're headed over to Dalton. I'm going to get out here at 10:30. I want to be registered by noon, maybe have lunch with some people over at the convention, check out the vendors, say hello to some delegates, find a place to maybe cheap cigar, just say it. All right, 10 o'clock, the Georgia hour. Hi, Diane. All right, so, and at 10 o'clock, why are they trying so hard to keep the swamp creature? Holy smokes, right? Now they want to investigate the cover-up. Now you show Republicans in Georgia the potential level of enormous corruption behind the door of the Georgia GOP Inc., and they cheer. But they want an investigation into Biden. We don't go after our own people. So if corruption is well dressed, what exactly is the criteria of overlooking corruption? Could you send that to me? I mean, if you can send me the, what you're supposed to do to overlook corruption, I'll study the chart. Wow. Anyhow, so a couple things are happening we want to go with. Don't forget the auto pen, number 10. We're the ones that told you yesterday. Ed Martin. Trump has. I got to get this to stay. I want to get this to stay like that. I'll fix it. There, that's good, right? So we told you the attorney Ed Martin is investigating the auto pen. But keep this in mind, all right? Why do I watch? Because the narrative they're running is how many presidents have used the auto pen? How acceptable is it to use the auto pen? Trump uses the auto pen. So if 300 people come to the White House for a dinner and Trump wants to say thank you, they create a letter and they put it in the machine and it signs Donald Trump 300 times and they send it out. But they want to lead you to believe the investigation is on the auto pen, Biden's use, or Biden the robot's use of the auto pen, and the legality of using the auto pen. No, it's the crime of the fact, was that Biden? Who was that masked man? And, how many days did they go upstairs and say, and Jill cracked the door open to the family living quarters of the White House? Yes. We need something signed. It really should be by the president. Is Joe available? No, it's not a good day. Turn the machine on. It's not a good day. Okay. And they go back, and people like this, Anita Dunn, number 11, which will move on, number 11, and number right there, Anita Dunn and her husband, Bauer. Boy, that's a duo of corruption. They say, let's turn the auto pen on. Joe won't be available for a while. So it's not an investigation. It's not a review on the use of an auto pen, how many presidents have used auto pen. It's the fact that Joe did not have the cognitive function, was not aware. All right. You can contest a will. Hey, this person was out of there when they did that. You can contest certain things that happen based on claiming, incoherent, their cognitive function. So we have that going on. And here you go. Let's go with this. Give me number 29. And they're upset, running cover over on the networks. And right there, Biden issues a blistering defense his presidency as Trump orders probe into who really running Joe's White House. Now, I did not, in transparency, I did not stretch out and see exactly who put the statement out. But they claim it was Biden 102. They claim Biden put a statement out. He's had enough, right? So Let me be clear, Jack. Yes, let me be clear, Jack. I made the decisions more during my presidency. I made the decisions about the pardons, executive order, legislation, and proclamations. Any suggestion that I didn't is ridiculous and false. This is nothing more than a distraction by Donald Trump and congressional Republicans who are working to push a disastrous legislation that would cut essential programs like Medicaid and raise the cost on American families, all to pay for tax breaks for the wealthy, ultra wealthy, and big corporations. Well, that sounds like something Biden would say, right? But he released a statement. He's upset, Jack. Don't keep playing those games with me, Jack. So, I don't know why I keep saying that. So, give me, where's it at here? Give me 42, right? New York Times. Trump orders investigation of Biden and his aides. Who was in there? Aides running the White House? Who was calling the cabinet secretaries on behalf of Biden? Give me number 43. I can't put the article up. I actually cropped the article because I read it this morning, but we don't have time. Trump orders investigation of Biden and his aides. All right. And 46, Newsweek, law and crime news. Trump's Justice Department. There you go. Biden's pardons and the use of the auto pen. How many times will you hear the use of the auto pen? Justice Department investigates Biden's use of pardon power auto pen. No. Everyone, the auto pen. That is not the investigation. Here it is, law and crime. This is Ed Martin. Acted as a proxy President Trump enlists former top DC prosecutor pick to probe Biden pardons and whether others were taking advantage of him, right? Now, I wonder if she knows something. Give me number. Oh, did I not give you the number on that last one? I'm sorry. I don't think I gave you the number. Give me number 48. I went through and was reading it, Diane. I apologize. I didn't give you the number 48. And I wonder if, right? And I wonder if number 50, I have the article here. It's New York Times also, but I don't have time to go into that. I wonder if Karine Jean-Pierre leaving the Democratic Party, I wonder if she knew anything about it. So, Axios, number 56, ridiculous. Biden hits back at Trump over auto pen investigation. It's absolutely ridiculous, he says. Let's see what else I have here. They're upset over at the deep state. We've got, where else do I have it? Give me number 104. Investigation into Biden. All right. New York City mayor race, because I have to get to Putin. New York City mayor race. I told you this. Cuomo, the disgraced former governor of New York, alleged person of interest for killing your grandmother during COVID, sexual assaults. Number 90, here they are. Here's the candidates, 95. Last night, lovely New York City. And the front runners are now New York City uses ranked choice voting. 94. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who does not believe that Israel has a right to existence, has endorsed Zohan. And Zohan, I think he's a state legislator. I have it here somewhere that I cropped out just to put it up. Where's it at? I have it. Hold on. I'm going to get it right here. I want to put this up for a reason. Remember when Putin said a ceasefire? There it is. Give me 56. Here is the opponent. New York City going the way of London, right? Zohan still won't say Israel has the right to exist as a Jewish state and faces quick backlash from Andrew Cuomo, of all people. And then you have, as soon as you have 65, I think it's 65. Yes, thank you, Diane. Now 66, right? Give me 66. He was reelected with no opposition in 2022 and 2024. He is a member of the Democratic Socialist of America, 8-member socialist in office. He's also a member of the Muslim Democratic Club in New York. All right. Just letting you know. And his personal life, 67. In 2018, naturalized as an American citizen, right? This is his personal life. Go look at it. Naturalized as an American citizen in 2018. He is Muslim. Married a Syrian. Just saying. Could be your next mayor of New York City. And I had one more I wanted to show you. This is his Instagram page. Remember, 68, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has endorsed this person. I'm an immigrant, a Muslim, a socialist, and a New York fighter for the Astoria that works for all of us. I'm an immigrant, 2018, Muslim, socialist. There you go. Just letting you know. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has endorsed him, trying to make him the next mayor of New York City. And what am I sitting here wondering? Okay. Immigrant, yes. Muslim, socialist. And then over here on this side, I've got a person of interest for murder, allegedly killed grandma during COVID, scandal after scandal, sexual scandals in his administration. Okay, there you go. Now, I have to get this so we can go. Trump, I asked you this. Did he know that, let's see. Did Trump know when Zelensky was sitting there? Because yesterday there was a phone call, and let's roll through here with Putin. And we know what the deep state is doing. And we know the deep state is running foreign policy, I think, behind Trump's back. There's no reason Mike Pompeo, Lindsey Graham, Mike Pompeo, former CIA, Lindsey Graham, and Blumenthal were over in Ukraine about the time of the spiderweb attack that we really don't know what the truth is of the damages, what really happened. Okay. And we know it's like they're Pearl Harbor, and it's setting them up saying, wow, we could fight for another 2 years. And we know things like this are happening. Give me number 84, the German chancellor. Is that what he's called? The German chancellor. He will be today in Washington. President Trump will meet at the White House with Friedrich Merz, the chancellor of Germany. He'll be at the White House today. And we know that Europe wants to keep fighting. Now, number 53, you hear about sanctions. We'll look into this a little more. We've got a couple things on this, right? But Graham offers Europe-friendly carve-outs to Russian sanctions bills. So if you're in Europe and you're friendly and you have to buy from Russia, we'll give you a carve-out. You can keep buying oil, and everything about this is corrupt. The carve-out, because they're going to want to put sanctions. Now, Putin, 33. We'll run through this, and we got to get to the Georgia hour. Putin and Trump held a phone call yesterday, approximately 70 minutes. And Putin-Trump phone call lasted 70 minutes, the Kremlin aide said. Now, a face-to-face, not going to happen. Putin's already said. Zelensky thinks he should be, he commands face-to-face. Putin's like, it's not going to happen, all right? I'm not budging. Putin also says, I'm going to retaliate for what they did. And why should Russia not believe this? Because what they have said all along is Ukraine wants a pause, a peace deal pause, a ceasefire. And Putin's continued to say the only reason they want that is to regroup and get weapons in. That's it. He's not going to accept a ceasefire. There'll be no ceasefire. There'll be no meeting. 33, 34. These are all Russian news sites that I went to this morning. 34. Chance of Zelensky getting his three-way summit, 0. Number 35, Russia Today. Trump views Zelensky as bad guy. Well, I don't think he views him as a bad guy. I think Trump said he's a badass. I don't know. Number 36, North Korea reassures Russia's Security Council North Korea supports Russia 100% in Ukraine. Number 37, the Moscow Times. Putin tells Trump Russia has to respond to Ukraine attacks. Putin says we're going to respond. Get ready. Number 38, Putin accuses Ukraine of wanting ceasefire to rearm and prepare more terrorist attacks. So I just want to go through here to show you. Tired of hearing Joe Biden's name. New York Times, number 49. Putin vows retaliation after Ukraine attack on Russia Air Force. Vows retaliation. Talked about the cutout. I don't want to talk about the travel ban. All right. Give me 61. Here is President Trump's statement. I just finished speaking by telephone with President Vladimir Putin of Russia. The call lasted approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes. We discussed the attack on Russia docked planes by Ukraine, and also various other attacks that have been taking place on both sides. It was a good conversation. Every time they show you an attack from Russia, they leave off the attack that Ukraine has done on Russia. Let me make sure I don't have any more notes here. Okay, so we're gonna leave because we have the Georgia Hour. We want to be right at 10 o'clock. This is our last solid day of bringing you information for the Georgia GOP Inc. It's going to be a different kind of show. You don't want to miss this next hour. So take a break, Diane. We'll be right back with the Georgia Hour.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host. Welcome to the Georgia Hour. The Georgia Hour on voiceofruralamerica.com. You can find all of our segments on Rumble. Now, yesterday morning, I opened the 8 a.m. with a really good Georgia GOP segment that I think you should go on there and share. And today I opened with another one that you may want to check out. So if you're only joining us at 10 o'clock, sometimes you miss a segment on Georgia at 8 a.m. Not my intention, just letting you know this is our third hour. This hour is dedicated to the state of Georgia. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. And welcome. There you go. So, we will be changing gears Monday morning and talking about Georgia politics in a different direction. What we have focused on is the Georgia GOP Inc. and the state officers races. And that's the first part of the swamp. We are trying everywhere. This is a national story. Every state GOP member, every state GOP. This is the biggest story in the United States. We are trying to. Now, we are Trump supporters. All right. Don't believe anything. We do not want to burn the party down. But there's some reason they want to save their swamp creature. Now, Josh McCoon is the current chairman of the Georgia GOP. He is their current swamp creature. And I mean a swamp creature. But they're all trying to save him. So I started out this morning at 8 a.m. and I've asked one question. And then we're going to get past that. Give me number 25. So, no, I'm sorry, Diana, mistake. Give me number 2. We're going to make this very quick. Do it quickly. All right. Now, don't forget, Josh McCoon is he is an employee of the state of Georgia. As an employee of the state of Georgia, he makes $228,000, more than the governor, more than the lieutenant governor. List goes on. 228, and he makes 18 grand in travel. Since 2021, keep in mind, since 2022, he was elected GOP chair in 2023. His salaries increased $50,000. These are all facts. All right. Now, people will say, why are you running a negative campaign? I don't know. Is that negative or is that just showing you the facts? Now, his boss is Brian Kemp. Now, take that down now. Josh has from top to bottom every endorsement you could think of. Every one. Give me number 25. But the Georgia GOP, which we are trying everything we can on the Georgia GOP to reestablish a foothold. You see, things have gone since 2020, Brian Kemp, that election, all the above, things have really gone a different direction. Not to the favor of the grassroots, not in the favor of the Georgia GOP, the counties. No, they've not. Donald Trump was on the ballot. Donald Trump won. America won. We all knew that was going to happen. That's not because of any heroic moves that Josh McCoon's made in any way whatsoever. Not one. Well, this is going to be a day, Diane, that we're going to want to mark because we will be coming back to play the tape. Now, so he has every single endorsement. I don't know if we're going to get it tomorrow, Friday. We're going to get it Saturday. How come his boss, the governor, Republican governor of the state of Georgia, has not endorsed Josh? Now, I'm going to tell you my opinion. Because if Governor Kemp endorses Josh because he made a decision long ago, all right? He made a decision long ago to leave the GOP behind, leave the state party behind, and go his own direction. That's a story in itself, which we've done. So I don't expect him there. He might show up. But I'm thinking if he comes out and endorses Josh McCoon, then Josh McCoon, this guy here, give me number 3, with his friend Travis Bowden, all right? You see, if Kemp comes out and endorses Josh, Josh would not be able to pretend to be MAGA, pretend to be America first, to pretend to support you, the grassroots. It could be a problem. So that's a big question. And why are they trying everything to save the swamp creature? Now, I call it the McCoon cover-up team. I absolutely do. Give me video 22.
Now, y'all best understand the mess we're in. Josh waltzed in like sweet tea on a hot day, but that pitcher was full of vinegar. He sold his soul quicker than a set of Fiesta dishes at a Saturday garage sale. Then there's Sally, strutting like she won Best in Show at the Cobb County Election Fair. But try to pin her down for answers, and she's slipperier than okra on a tin roof in July. Brad's big as a bull now, but folded like a lawn chair. Betsy, the self-appointed name cop swatting folks like flies for using the wrong vowel. Jeff showed up out of nowhere, smoother than a snake in Sunday shoes, eyeing that checkbook like a fox in a hen house. Susie started out right, but sold her soul faster than a June bug flying to a porch light on a hot Georgia night. Jaquan blew in like a summer squall, loud enough to wake the chickens, gone before the rooster crowed. They've rolled out the welcome mat, but if he wins, the no trespassing sign'll hang tighter than a tick on a hound. He's fresh as a summer creek, but he ain't got the backbone for the big leagues. Now, let's talk about Josh's off-her-leash chief soul seller Dooley, stirring up more mess than a possum in a picnic basket. Bless her screeching little heart, louder than a preacher at a tent revival. barking like a chihuahua in a thunderstorm. They thought they could run the joint like a backroom poker game. But the jig's up. Like Mama coming down the hall with a wooden spoon, justice is on its way. And when it hits, that crooked clubhouse will sizzle like fatback in Grandma's cast iron skillet.
Video 24.
These people are evil people.
If the man is reelected, the only thing they want to do is they want to maintain ballot access. They have it all rigged. The Republicans in Georgia have it all rigged, where you basically don't have the money, don't have the ability to primary an incumbent. They do. They have it rigged to where all 9 congressional districts are safe for a period of time. They have it all rigged where the constitutional offices don't need your money. They need ballot access. And Josh is okay with giving them ballot access. Now, I want to tell you something. Josh talks about, keep this in mind, Josh talks about his relationships. And there's one relationship that concerns me that Josh has made. And I'll show you that at the end of the show. Now, yes, I have supported David Cross. David Cross is my friend, and you know that. The Republican Party has a major problem. They don't know how to make friends. They don't know how to make friends. They go in one room and they claim to be friends with people, and they go to the next room and stab those people in the back in the room they just left. They don't know how to make friends. I mean, to me, they removed me. That's fine. I think people should just say to me, I don't want your vote because I vote legally. I don't want you to encourage people to vote. I don't want you on our side. I don't want you in the party. I actually think they have done more to me than they have Jeff Duncan. Now, I've not left the Republican Party. I've not endorsed a Democrat. I've not campaigned with a Democrat, nor do I choose to. But they have done more to me to remove. They have a problem with Brad Raffensperger around the state. They got a problem with Chris Carr around the state. They watch Colton Moore put the video up at the airport and the NGOs flying the illegals in here across the state. But it's me. So they don't know how to make friends. You know, David Cross is my friend. So I have really come on here throughout the weeks, and I keep seeing these endorsements, and I think to myself, you know what? They better get ready. We're going to roll out some here, Diane. We're going to start with this one. I don't know how long it is. Well, I know this one's 50 minutes. You can go find it. It's 50 minutes, but I'm just going to do the opening. Give me video 7.
Give me 1 second. I forgot to pull in video 7.
That's okay. I'm just glad you admitted to God, country, and the whole world. You could text me and I can make something up. You don't have to tell people you forgot it. But that's okay. So I feel like I'm tap dancing, right? But that's Travis Bowden. We'll go into that in a minute. That's Josh's best friend. David has been through everything through this campaign, claiming he's going to give his best friend. They've thrown everything out. He's going to give his best friend a job. He's going to hire Brian Pritchard. Brian Pritchard might write a check. He got fired one time. I mean, they have done every single thing, every nasty, despicable thing they could do. And the guy is optimistic. He's positive. He's solid. He says some things sometimes that when he gets passionate about election integrity and he's addressing the election board. Huh?
I'm having problems getting that video. I've got all those little segments.
Okay, if you can't get 7, we'll get that in a minute, okay?
Yeah, I'll still work on it.
Can we? All right, let's go. I want this one for a reason. We're going to go to video 16. This is David Oles. David Oles happens to be an attorney. He is a resident of Pickens County. He is the chair of the 11th District. Now, before David comes up here with his endorsement of David Cross, David Oles, chairman of the 11th District. They tried everything in this last convention to try to get rid of David Oles, and it didn't work. The 11th District of Georgia is Cherokee, Gordon, Bartow, and Pickens. Play video 16.
I think David has been a real breath of fresh air within the party. He brings an outside perspective. I believe David is true to those principles. I believe that he is free of a lot of the influence of existing relationships and party loyalties, and I think that that is a unique position that can help our party in the next 2 years. We need to be focused on the party and what's good for all of its members in the state of Georgia rather than anyone's political pursuits. I think there's been a real problem with transparency in the Republican Party. We need to have more transparency, not less. I think the inclusion of the grassroots is extremely important. There is unfortunately a tendency for within the party to be somewhat clubby, and I think that limits the talents that we can bring to bear on the problems that the party faces. I absolutely support David's effort to be more inclusive. I do support and think it's refreshing that David has been very, very focused on election integrity and making sure that our elections are accurate and truthful. I also believe that David, as an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, brings a very important perspective to our party. We need less politicians and more business people.
Now, don't forget, they coined themselves the MAGA establishment, right? Well, we're the newbies and wannabes. MAGA roots. I love MAGA roots, okay? But they coined themselves, remember, the MAGA establishment, right? Give me number 5 before we go any further with MAGA roots. Give me number 5, all right? Look at this. Convention. Well, this was a couple days. The MAGA establishment versus newbies and wannabes showdown. They are the establishment. They admit that. And I will answer that Debbie Dooley has made amends with Brian Kemp and supports Brian Kemp. I will answer that question momentarily. So take that down. Now, let's go with this one here. David Oles is the chair. Now, he's the chair of the 11th District in Georgia, Cherokee County, Pickens County, Bartow County, Gordon County. I mean, do you think he wants to lose? Do you think he would get up and do that as a 2-time district chair, wanting to lose? No, that's ridiculous. Do you think he would do that as an attorney, a constitutional attorney that has helped the party enormously, David Oles? Do you think he would stand up there and do that if he wants to lose, or he thinks David's going to turn us backwards? So give me, this was one I really like. Give me video 12. We'll bump down to video 12 if you could.
Truth, trust, and transparency. You know, we don't have any of those things right now in the party, especially under the current establishment and leadership, so we really need David Cross in there. I ran for Georgia State House District 22 in the primary last May. I got a late start, had very little help from the local party. David offered a canvassing app or a canvassing website for my candidates, not just myself, but any new grassroots candidates. So, and that was the first person in the party that actually reached out to help us. David Cross did more than anyone in the Georgia GOP to help out in my campaign. David Cross has some initiatives planned when he gets elected that I am very, very excited about. Election integrity is just paramount on the list. We're lacking unity and transparency. Well, we need the right leader to be unified in the party, and I just feel like David Cross is that person, you know, to bring election integrity and just all the other important issues to the table right now. And I just think David's the guy for the job. I'm excited to do my part to help get David elected so he can get in and we can finally see some results in the election integrity issues in Georgia. Truth, trust, and transparency. David Cross is our guy for that. That's why I'm voting for David.
Now, I wanted to play that one, Diane. That should have been 11. I wanted to play that one. That should not have been 12. Are you sure that was 12? That's okay. I wanted to play that one. That's on the list here. The play.
You called 11. At least that's what I heard.
Do you have the? Ooh, that was an out, Diane.
So
I'm
trying to load video 7, but it's saying that it's no longer available.
Okay, they might have put it private or something. Okay, so don't worry about that. Don't worry about that one. That one, I think I'll get it. I'll get it in just a minute. Could you go ahead and play video? You notice these are not big time politicians that are trying to save the swamp. Now let's go for 12.
To be delegate, I will vote for David Cross. David Cross has working for election integrity very hard for 4 years. David Cross truly demonstrated the loyalty and consistency of our true patriot. David Cross donated money to support President Trump's 2024 campaign to show his support for President Trump. He also opened his rented office to patriot and Christian prayers to use for free. His character reflects his integrity. I think he's trustworthy. He should be respected. And I will vote for him. And I hope everyone vote for him. He will be a very, very good and competent Georgia GOP chairman. The Asian GOP need a leader like David Cross. Let us support David Cross. Vote for him in the convention of Dalton. I went to state election board several times. I saw David, how hard he worked. Yeah. And, and I didn't see McCoon there. I'm voting for David Cross. David Cross. We need to support him 100%.
For the people, David Cross.
Do you think they want to lose? I just want to know, do you think they want to burn it down? Do you think they are trying to do something nefarious and lose and burn it down and not unify? Is that what you think? Is that what you're picking up? Now, I have to tell you, after the Republican Party told me, hey, we probably don't need you to show up any longer, the Asian community invited me to Gwinnett to speak to. I had a translator that translated in Mandarin. Diane, I'd never done that before. That was tough, okay? Because me, I'm all over the map, and the interpreter's like, I'm interpreting for him. That being said, I had like 50 people in the room, the Asian community. They're amazing people. I guess what we're showing you right now is they want to burn it down. I love that, right? You are seeing right now, we're going to wrap up our Georgia Hour going into the convention. just throwing out the window all this nasty stuff they're claiming about David Cross, myself, these people. They're not career politicians. Have you noticed? So let me give you another one. Diane, I sent you one without a number. Okay. And that one should work in places 7. So if you can see if the one I just sent you will load in places 7. Let's go with video 9 for right now. Video 9, Tom Talbot.
I really believe what he's trying to do is bring real change to the state GOP and real credibility to the state GOP. When you talk about inclusion and transparency, that is everything we do not have today. And when you find out that the treasurer doesn't have access to the checkbook, that's not inclusion, that's not transparency. The bottom line is, it's we the people that should be running the state GOP. It's not GOP Inc.
For the people, David Cross.
I'm for sure this morning you're getting a vibe like, wait a minute, I thought David wanted to burn it down. Wait a minute. Do these people not want to win? Huh, interesting. MAGA roots. I love it. Okay, now let's flip over to video 15.
I don't get a sense of coach from our current chairman, Josh McCoon. What we are lacking is leadership on a very clear and strong level. We are not a cohesive party in this state, and our focus needs to be less on one another and more on those attempting to take away our freedoms and our safety and our sovereignty. I want to see change, and I think that change can be effected with solid, strong leadership. David Cross, whom I've known for the 4 years since I've been back in Georgia, is a very solid leader. I've gone shoulder to shoulder with that guy in working on free and fair elections. I think what benefits us the most going forward is some great trust and transparency and truth around our party. And the reason why I say that is there's certain information which we in the party and the public in general do not seem to have access to. Just provide us that information. We just want to know. Across the spectrum, we need a leader with a proven track record who's shown success across the business spectrum, in his personal life, with his family. David demonstrates all of those things. I think team building is going to be considerably stronger with David. It's important at the same time that we start at the top with somebody who will speak their mind, and I've always known David to do that. Sometimes it's not what we want to hear, I want to hear, but he will say what's on his mind, and that's one of the things we need more than anything else. As hard as it is at times to confront the truth, we need that truth now more than we ever have here in the Republican Party in Georgia. David Cross is not afraid to confront that truth and deliver it.
He seems to be very concerned that David's going to burn down the party. He seems to be very concerned that David has no interest in winning. He seems to be very concerned. Well, I don't know. I don't think that's out there. I think that was created. I think like Debbie Dooley and John Fredericks and their underbelly, Josh McCoon, I think that was created. Don't you? Why would they got out there with a narrative and said, well, David scares me. Why does David scare you? Why? Because he wants to win in 2026? Why does David scare you? Because he wants to unleash. I will tell you what, I'm going to give a shout out in a minute. I want to keep this going. This is exciting. We could do this all day because there is dozens. These are not career politicians, by the way. Let me I don't think anyone that has come on this screen is in an elective office and trying to save their bacon. Give me video 13.
I believe that we're lacking transparency, and I believe that there's a lot of truth that needs to be told within the GOP. We're not getting a lot of truth and transparency with our GOP at the moment. We have begged and pleaded for paper ballots for a long time, and I don't believe that the GOP, that our chair has stood up and spoke out about that enough. Every interview that I see is a play in the playbook. The players need to change. We need some new leadership. We need to turn over a new leaf. I feel like that David Cross is the most truthful candidate. I do not feel like David Cross is hiding anything. I believe he's pretty transparent. This is what we need in our party, and right now is the time to do it. No doubt in my mind that I believe that we can overcome the Trump endorsement. If you can't be transparent with your people, the grassroots people, there's a problem. We need truth, trust, and transparency through the whole slate. The whole GOP needs to be on the same page, same platform. It shouldn't be misconstrued as anything other than truth, transparency. David Cross will give us the truth and transparency that we need. David Cross has my vote in Dalton, Georgia in 2025.
All right, before we go on, have you noticed the producer of these, the mega struck Viking dude from Cherokee? Did I get that right, Diane? Mega struck Viking dude of Cherokee, an amazing guy. All right, amazing team. His team is amazing. They're great. But you notice what they're doing, and we're not going to play the whole hour. What they're doing is they're highlighting. Diane, can you go back to that video, put it up, and just crop out just enough to where we can show the state and the red county? Can you do that? Is that a can you do that? How can we do that? Because actually on that video right there is what we want to show somebody. If you've noticed, every one they show the county, and the county is highlighted in red where the voter is from. Now, as you can see, Lisa's in Whitfield County, all right? She's in Whitfield County. That's Dalton. That's where the convention is. So there is support there. And while we're on that, I want to give a shout out to Roy. And I'm embarrassed to say it's a blank because I don't remember his last name, Diane, but his name's Roy, and he's got he does a show. Is it the Georgia Underground? What does he call it? The Underground? But he does a show, and last night he's in Catoosa County or something. I hope I don't get all this wrong, but Roy did just the best job last night. It was just great. He's in the 14th district. He had a major show. He had David, Lori, Lisa, and Noreen, and it was just an amazing show last night. Great conversation. If you really want to get like the real guy, not what you hear, David Cross, go watch that show. Now, look here. I wanted to show you this. This was done on purpose by Josh McCoon. Now, we're going to be able to go out, throw a rock, and hit Chattanooga, Tennessee. This was done intentional. I'm going to say with Denise Burns, am I going to get in trouble? Josh McCoon and others, when they planned the convention, all right, they know that Josh would have really weak support. Now, down there about the E is the 2nd district, and then you got the D, that close to where Loudoun County crosses into Florida. That at the bottom of that D to that red area has to be every bit of 6.5, maybe 7-hour drive. That was done on purpose to try to fix the election for Josh McCoon, to try to keep people from below the gnat line Do you know what that is in Georgia below the gnat line from going to the convention? Now, let's go with video 10.
We need to shine a light on the Georgia GOP. I am looking forward to doging the Georgia GOP. We need it absolutely. We need to have a thorough investigation. Everything needs to be brought out to light. If people don't have nothing to hide, they should not be afraid of Doge. It's very important to engage grassroots. There's so many new people wanting to be involved, and we have to reach out to them. We have to know that they're welcomed in the GOP. We need to work hard to bring new people into the party. How we can make them feel welcome is by inviting them to come to our meetings, sharing with them, let them know that we all are on the same page with them. We have the same values they have. We need to work on America First values, and most people, whether they realize it or not, they have conservative values. I am very excited about what David Cross has planned for us for the GOP. I think under his leadership, we're going to have a good direction for 2026. We're going to have confidence in the GOP again, and everybody's going to have faith in the leadership again. There's other good people. We've got really good people lined up that are waiting to take our country back, take our state back. I just can't wait for David Cross to be our chair.
All right, Diane, are you telling me I'm going to send you a picture? I'm going to send you a picture if you can do a little more cleanup on it. Diane, today is our last serious day, so no yelling at me. I'm going to send you a picture. If you can kind of like crop the bottom and top, and I'll let you know when I want it. Are you telling me even the new link I sent you for 7 is not available? The new link that I went in and got? The reload?
I was able to load it. Let me, and I played it for a second. Let me see if it still plays.
All right, I don't want it right now.
It still plays.
Okay, hold on to that one. Now, here's the last one for MAGA Roots. All right. Remember, here's the last one for MAGA Roots. Now, the reason we went with MAGA Roots whoever came up with that, I did not come up with that, but the reason we're going with MAGA Roots is they've taken the word grassroots and just destroyed it. They really have. I can't stand to hear the employees at Turning Point Action, Josh McCoon, Debbie Dooley, Sally. I can't stand to hear these people say grassroots. I personally can't. So I love the MAGA roots. Let's go with number 14.
Two years ago, I enthusiastically voted for Josh McCoon. He campaigned on a vision of trust, engagement, and transparency. If he had delivered on his promises, our party would be in a much stronger position going into 2026. Instead, we have a fractured rank and file and grassroots coalitions who do not trust him. 2026 is going to be a difficult election cycle. It requires trust and transparency to fundraise. The Democrats outraise us because they have earned the trust of their voters. Without transparency and enthusiastic engagement of all stakeholders, we will lose races we should have won. President Trump is not on the ballot to drive turnout and close the enthusiasm gap. David Cross has demonstrated he is a selfless leader who will invite all Republicans to the table. Our party must be united to win 2026. Which is why I am voting for David Cross and encourage you to join me.
All right, so all across the state, we could play these all morning long, all right? All morning long. They're not career politicians. They're not the county chairs that a deal was made with. I know people are going to say, oh, I can't believe he said that. Because these people that are out there on an endorsement list, they don't know why. Yes, many of them don't know why. Why are you endorsing? Well, I don't know. I really don't know. Our district chair called us and said, could you please get on board? Okay, sounded like the thing to do. There's a couple check marks, okay? Ethically challenged. They may be ethically challenged. They may be in on the scam. I'm going to call it like it is. They may be concerned that if they don't go out, they'll get on the enemies list. None of these people are concerned about getting on the enemies list. They're not. They're not concerned that David would burn it down. They're not concerned with any of those lies and deceit that's been put out there about David Cross. And guess what? They want to win. Now let's play. I don't know how long we're going to play this. Now give me video 7.
Hi, I'm David Cross, and I'm running to become your next chairman of the Georgia Republican Party. One of President Trump's 3 mandates is to rebuild the party. He wouldn't be telling us this if he didn't see the same issues that I see with the lack of party engagement, wasteful spending, and the lack of trust. I have 5 major goals that I think we need to implement in order to restore the party, starting with making the party a voice for the people, reinvigorating member engagement and growth, using that growth to elect Republicans, but none of that happens without a plan for transparency and rebuilding the infrastructure in order to support our counties. When we talk about the party being a voice for the people, that means that leadership needs to be accessible to hear from the members. We need an online suggestion box with true two-way communication. We need face-to-face membership events where you can have direct conversations with leadership, and we need to have weekly outreach with each one of the executive team members so that you can know what's really going on inside the party. No more secrets. On membership engagement and growth, it starts with communication. We need true two-way communication with our members and our counties to make sure that we are in alignment from top to bottom. We need a bold legislative agenda that's worked on proactively throughout the year instead of throwing it out at the last minute. And that includes eliminating the Dominion voting machines and moving to paper ballots in alignment with President Trump. We keep talking about engaging young people, so I'm going to do something about it and put together a Young Republican Scholarship Program so young Republicans can attend our conventions and events. We need to fortify the Georgia GOP by bringing Black, Hispanic, Asian, young Republicans, all Republicans to the table and giving them the same tools that we give to our counties to help them grow. We can fund a lot of things with a $20 1% grassroots club. That means if we can get 1% of all Republicans statewide to donate $10 to $20 per month, totally doable. That could generate over $300,000 per month or $3.6 million annually. That's more than the GOP has ever brought in organically in a single year. But none of this is going to happen without transparency. That's why we've got to doge the Georgia GOP. We have to root out waste and maximize the efficiency of every single dollar. We need to work with an annual budget and provide quarterly financial reports to demonstrate accountability and trust to all Republicans. If we are successful, then we will be able to elect Republicans and bring back a supermajority. But it's only going to happen if we can make a clone of Trump Force 47. We're going to call it Georgia Force 26. We're going to couple that with Project Green Dot to identify independent voters that we're going to recruit to the Republican Party by sharing our vision that we believe that men are men and women are women. Our children don't belong to the state for indoctrination, and God is part of our platform. The Democrats have thrown God out the window. They've abandoned him. We will invite these people to our events and get to know them and break bread with them. To do all of this, we need to break all of the fundraising records. And that's going to happen when we demonstrate truth, trust, and transparency. We also need a constitutional sheriff's initiative because whether you know it or not, there are dozens of counties in Georgia where Donald Trump won the popular vote, but a Democratic sheriff is still in charge. We also need to engage our religious affiliations out there too. Our faithful are not voting as much as they should. We have to reach out directly to our churches. We're also going to partner with civic organizations and expanding partnerships with folks like the Kiwanis Club and the Rotary Clubs and other like-minded organizations that share our conservative values. And lastly, but certainly not at the bottom of the list, there's the corporate structure and infrastructure. We need a proper document filing under Title 21 of Georgia election law. We need a county technology toolbox so that our county chairs have the technology to help them manage their members so they can focus on what they do best, relationships. We need mentoring and tools for our county chairs so that they can do an amazing job leveraging the skills of their members to build a superior organization. We need to reignite the 5-star program that laid the plans as a measuring tool to help small, medium, and large counties understand what it takes to be a successful, high-functioning county party. And last, we need a 5-year action plan with long-term objectives for governance and policy priorities and expanding the Georgia GOP so that we can increase our member influence throughout the state. As you can see, there's a lot of work to be done. I'm going to need your help to do it. And when we do it, we will have built something that you can truly be proud of. I'm David Cross, and I hope to earn your vote as chairman of your Georgia Republican Party.
The reason I played that is you've watched the program for weeks, and I reluctantly have to say the battle and that we've been under, because the negative and the lies and the, nasty and everything like that. I can look at you and tell you something. The video you just watched, you know how David was able to create that video? Are you ready? It's a real novel thought. You see, David Cross was able to create that video and put that plan together because he listens, because he talks to people. He's open to suggestions. Every bit of that plan, which others say he doesn't have, that's a winning strategy. That is a winning strategy. His opponent, Josh McCoon, will say, we need to get rid of John Ossoff, and we need to retain the governor's mansion, and Trump won, and I'm a hero. Give me another shot. That's the plan. And if you give me another shot, I will engage my relationships, this is Josh McCoon, and I will protect your swamp and all of the swamp endorsements. You don't hear that with David. The reason he was able to put that plan together, which is a winning, I told you I wasn't pulling your leg. I really wasn't. I wasn't just making something up. I told you for days that David Cross has a plan that will cause the biggest, enormous grassroots explosion ever in the history. They will, once that's instituted and put in place, and people around the state say, I'm down here right next to Florida line, but you know what? They're listening to me. This will be implemented all across the country. There'll be people all across the country trying to mirror the explosion of the Georgia grassroots. This plan, if enacted and done properly, and we all get on board, could cause the deep state, corporate, corrupt media to stop calling us a purple state, slam us right back in the red column where we should be as Georgia. That's a plan. Nobody wants to burn it down. Nobody wants to burn it down. Nobody wants to do any of that. That's what they want. They're in such fear of protecting their political, corrupt swamp status. Can't put it any other way. Now, let's switch gears. This video will be playing at the convention. Now, if for any reason you can't get there tomorrow or Saturday because of, it's a 7-hour drive financially, you need gas money or something, let us know. Please put our number up there. Let us know. Text me at this number. because there is a fund. When we found out what happened, there's the phone number, there's the email address. Text David directly. Go straight to David Cross for Georgia, or I don't know what the website is. Put the graphic up again of where Whitfield County is, Dalton, Whitfield County. All right. If you're down there in the bottom of the state, if you're down there, that's the convention, Red County. If you're down there in the bottom of the state and you're an 8-hour drive, a 7-hour drive, and you can't afford to do it, and you want to pick up 9 delegates and bring them with you, don't pick up 9 Josh delegates, you understand? And you need gas money, get in touch with myself, get in touch with David. There is a fund. We had an individual put together a fund, not David, not myself, obviously. I'm still smoking cheap cigars. But we had an individual put together a fund because we knew that they were trying to prevent people from South Georgia to come to the convention when they did that. All right, don't let that stop you. Now, take that down. All right, so we have exposed so many things. We're just going to reiterate a couple. These are facts, okay? You've heard the word possible embezzlement. You've heard the word Karen Henschel, executive accountant or bookkeeper for the Georgia GOP for 16 years. And I'm going to close with that in a minute. You have heard concerning Josh and the credit card. Give me video 5.
The Georgia GOP credit card. Chairman Josh McCoon never leaves home without it.
Chairman has put personal expenses onto the company credit card. In my business, somebody would have been fired. We're going to have to doge the Georgia GOP.
I'm for David Cross because he wants to doge the GOP.
Doge! Do we need to doge the Georgia GOP so that we can see exactly where our money's going?
We need to have a thorough investigation.
Our own Georgia GOP Doge audit.
When you find out that the treasurer doesn't have access to the checkbook,
not knowing where the money's going,
everything needs to be brought out to light.
No transparency with the Treasury is just unacceptable.
Do we want a Georgia GOP where even the treasurer can't see the books?
Doge 'em, doge 'em, doge 'em.
The truth is hard.
We need to clean it up.
We must embrace it and fix it.
How about the $30,000 of our treasurer that the chairman spent on his first campaign piece a few weeks ago?
Are our GOP donations really going for Josh McCoon's campaign ad?
Transparency across the board.
And that starts with the chair.
If people don't have nothing to hide, they should not be afraid of Doge.
I will restore truth, trust, and transparency to the Georgia GOP. And when elected, we will doge the Georgia GOP.
I'm done with politics as usual.
Yeah, exactly. Give me number 18. And people called this negative. This is just a fact. We're tired of it. We are tired of it. The Karen Henschel has had, this is from the treasurer. We've had this battle, and people have been saying so many ugly things about the treasurer. This is the treasurer. This is a cropped out paragraph that the treasurer of the Georgia GOP, Lori McClain, sent to the executive committee of the Georgia GOP and crickets. It is true that usually compliance filings prepared by Karen Henschel are reviewed by me prior to filing. There have been times when that has not happened and reports were filed without me seeing them first. I've asked Karen more than once not to file a report with my name on them without my permission. But it has happened whether our chairman has ever seen them or not. I can't answer. All right. Now, Karen Henshaw has been there 16 years. They act like every time we want to talk about the finances, Josh McCoon started out that it was a campaign stunt. It's a campaign stunt. All right. We know that just in the last 2 years, our current treasurer, that there's been several times that the filing of the Georgia GOP with the FEC has been done without her knowledge. We know that. Now, here's what I want to show you. Number 16, I just want to make this briefly. When they laugh and Josh said it's laughable. Josh said they're transparent. Now, I want to explain something to you. Sue Everhart was the GOP chair from 2017 to 2013. Now, keep in mind, Karen Henshaw has been there 16 years. John Padgett, 2013 to 2017. Now, 2013 to 2017, we're not going to take time to do it today, but that is the time period where, John Padgett's administration, where there was a civil rights lawsuit signed by a black lady that worked, a former employee of the Georgia GOP, Inc., with accusations against Karen Henshaw. Racial accusations. Now, down there on the coast, the former first district chair, all right, we have proof of all the anti-Semitic things that Candace Taylor's done. We have John Padgett's administration where Karen Henshaw allegedly, racially, made a lot of comments to where there was a lawsuit, but I'm the bigot. I'm the anti-Semitic, right? It's not even laughable, the nasty lies that they tell. But John Padgett, Karen Henshaw was there. John Watson was the chair. Karen Henshaw was there. David Schaefer was the chair. Karen Henshaw was there. Josh McCoon, Karen Henshaw is still there. 16 years, lawsuits and all, accusations, possible embezzlement that the chair is totally looked over. Give me number. We're just going to put this out. This is from give me number 20. Immediately after the state committee meeting in May of 2024 in Columbus, I shared with the chairman a series of texts that I received that appeared to accuse our accounting director of embezzlement. Now, you can read that on your own at a different time. Josh did nothing. She tried to make 5. We scheduled at least 5 different times to meet to go over that. Josh did nothing. But Josh said, questioning the finances with a lady running it for 16 years, a lady that was running it that handled all the deposits, all the reconciliation, all the FEC reports for 16 years. How many were just sent in? Now, you're talking about somebody, go back to this, right? Go back to this one right here because we're going to get out. Give me number 16. You're talking about a lady that served under 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 chairs, 16 years, all the FEC filings, all the deposits in, reconciliation. You should never do that. And I'm going to tell you, I heard David Schaefer 1 year brought in $48 million. Josh claims $23 million. In fact, let's go with Josh's claim. That's actually laughable. This is the one that's laughable. Go with, where's it at? I had it a minute ago here. Where's it at? Give me video 4 and then come back to this picture.
Georgia Republican Party, we had a very successful 2024 cycle. We raised and spent over $23 million. The vast amount of that money was spent to accomplish two things: to elect Donald Trump President of the United States.
Wait till you see the treasurer's report comes out tomorrow at the convention. Get ready. Start asking. Start asking everybody, what was the treasurer's report like? Wait till you see the actual numbers that come out tomorrow at the convention. Now, my point is, he says he raised $23 million. We'll leave it at that. David, over these 5 chairs in 16 years, I guarantee she's handled $100 million plus. She has $100 million plus, easy. Money in, money out, reconcile, deposit, FEC filings, and we're the bad people. Forensic audit, if we say that, we're implying there could be fraud, corruption. We're the bad people that say, what do you mean you just want to do a review, right? Now, let's move on to Josh's friend from college, or his buddy, his widow buddy, number 6, video 6.
Hi, I'm David Cross, and I'm running to become your next chairman of the Georgia GOP. Today, I'm going to share a story with you about politics as usual. I wish that it wasn't this way, but this is where we are today.
I'm a politician, which means I'm a cheat and a liar. And when I'm not kissing babies, I'm stealing their lollipops.
In June of 2023, after the new executive committee was elected, Josh McCoon hired his best friend since college, Travis Bowden. But what he left out was that he didn't tell us that Travis Bowden was his best friend. Josh did not ask the executive committee for input or recommendations or resumes. Josh just hired him. Josh decided what Travis would be paid. Exactly 1 year later, Travis was fired in mid-June of 2024. He was given a non-paid but important-sounding role of senior advisor to the chairman. Sounds kind of political, sounds kind of made up. Reminds me of this next scene from The Birdcage.
He's a cultural attaché to Greece. Really?
What the hell is that?
Why, that's a kind of a diplomatic post, isn't it? It's a sort of an ambassador. What does...
A new executive director with experience was hired, Justin Rice. Josh wrote that Justin brings to this job the right experience and skill set with over a decade of campaign and political management experience. So my question is why didn't we bring in somebody like Justin from the beginning? Why did Josh hire his best buddy? After Travis was let go, he received a half-month pay in June. And mid-July, another paycheck at the end of July. And in early August, he got another paycheck. In the end of August, he got another paycheck. And the icing on the cake, and what blows my mind, is this next one. He got a $7,500 Christmas bonus. I've never heard of anything like that before. Nobody has ever gotten a Christmas bonus this big. In the past, it's been gift cards and things like that. But Travis says right here that I exited the party last summer and got a one-time Christmas bonus. Karen Henschel's been at the Georgia GOP for 15 years, I believe, and she's never gotten a Christmas bonus like this before. That's over $21,000 of money to his best friend. That's a lot of icing. That's politics as usual. I am done with politics as usual, and I hope you are too. I'm David Cross, and I'm running to become your next chair for the Georgia GOP, where we are going to doge the Georgia GOP and make accountability great again and make this organization the best that it can be. I look forward to seeing you in Dalton on June 7th.
All right, so let's finish up here. Let's go to number 1. Remember this as you look at endorsements. President Donald Trump is busy with Vladimir Putin and Zelensky and the Gaza Strip and Israel and He's busy with the border, and he's busy with ICE, and he's busy with the big, beautiful bill, and he's busy. So someone went in and said, hey, will you endorse Josh McCoon? Period. All right. So leave that out there, Trump. Right here. All the members of Congress. We went through this. You see all these endorsements for Josh. All these endorsements. Not testimonials. Not the people. Now, you wouldn't find those. You're not going to find those. These are all swamp. This is the swamp trying to maintain their creature. Josh is their creature that they must maintain. You see, the Georgia GOP could, let's say, if the people get involved, come Saturday night, could belong to the people. God forbid, right? But these people all just lent their names. They lent their names, period. Endorsements. Now, remember this. Give me this, Diane. The nasty, the ugly, the despicable. I have a couple, Diane. I'm only going to do 4. All right. So what I want is I want number 80. Don't forget that endorsement that Debbie Dooley's put out, right? The Debbie Dooley, the Duchess of Division, endorsed Josh, Jaquan, Betsy Kramer, Sally Grubbs, and Jeff Della Majora. Don't forget, when they're bragging about their endorsements, this is who Debbie Dooley, number 81, that has done the most nasty, vile, disgusting, lying, right? Do you think Debbie Dooley would do a story on Karen Henshaw and the lawsuit? Do you think Debbie Dooley? Then the attack dog shows up. Give me number 82. The high priestess of hypocrisy, Debbie Dooley. Now, while we're on the high priestess of hypocrisy, she's attacked me over David Ralston, which, she kindly shut up after we showed pictures of her at David Ralston's office. She claims she has not spoke to Governor Kemp in 4 years. That's her out. But she supports Governor Kemp. Absolutely, she supports Governor Kemp. Bottom line. And I know it, and she knows it. She has endorsed Josh, supports Governor Kemp, Jaquan, Betsy Kramer, Sally Grubbs, Jeff Della Majora. And number 83, the hypocrisy attack dog. There she is, Debbie Dooley. The nastiest emails, the ugliest. And Josh and these people talk unifying. So remember, when you're looking at those endorsements, who's backing them up? At what cost? You, the people? Right? You've seen email after email of ugly, nasty lies about David Cross. Just nastiest stuff in the world from none other than this is a despicable person. So before we go, let's do this. Number 5, don't forget, Debbie Dooley is actually coined the phrase for them as MAGA establishment. MAGA establishment. All right, number 14. We got to close. We want to have paper ballots. We want paper ballots. And we have the attack. We have the attack on paper ballots. That's the Georgians for Truth. I like that. All right. I like that. So hold tight. Hold tight. I love your text messages, but Georgians for Truth. Well, let me show you this. They have everything ready. They have everything ready for paper ballots, ready to go. You can go there. You can find this. You can watch the training. If you're wondering how would they do paper ballots, there's a video for the training. You can see the training yourself. All right. Now, the Georgia GOP, number 8, went and purchased 12.5 to 13 grand. That's another thing. Josh McCoon does not have to ask anybody. They purchased, okay, Turning Technologies. Now, I'm going to break something here to you. They purchased these clickers already, $12,500. Now, would Josh McCoon throw $12,500 out the window? Maybe if it was a jump zone or the bowling alley or a bow tie store. But no, not here. They plan to use the clickers. And why? Because let me dispel the narrative they're putting out there, and I promise we'll get out in a minute. Let me dispel. Well, you won on the clickers. Well, I did. David won on the clickers. Why, yes, he did. Josh won on the clickers. Why, yes, he did. Caroline Jeffords won on the clickers. Lori McLean won on the clickers. David Cross, Lori McLean, Amy Kramer won on the clickers. Why, yes, we did. That's what you're going to read all weekend. They're blowing it up this morning. Answer that. I have your answer. You ready for the answer? Because they can't. This is why they don't like me. I got your answer. What's the old saying of, you ready? Fool me once. How does this go, Diane? See if I have this right. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Is that right? Now, we are in never could happen again mode, meaning when they put the clickers out, remember, let's call it the Donald Trump 2016 election with Hillary Clinton. Nobody thought they had to rig that election in a way to prevent Donald Trump. Nobody thought that, right? Donald Trump gets elected. It can never happen again. This cannot happen again. We got to put a stop to this. So here's the point. When they put the clickers out in 2023, they just were not prepared whatsoever that this could happen. All right? This could happen. And we won. So then we go to last year's convention for Amy and Jason and so forth, the RNC committee man and woman. And they're thinking, no way Amy Kramer is going to beat Ginger Howard. No way. Jason Thompson and Ginger Howard are going to win. It's not possible. We won't battle. I think we can make this happen with the clickers. And it did again. All right. So I'll look you right in the eye. They want to stop paper ballots. They want to do everything they can to stop paper ballots. They want to use the clickers. Now, I'll tell you why. Anything electronic can be altered. You got it? Anything electronic could be altered, changed, manipulated, tampered with. Anything electronic, you could do that. All of this happened on the clickers. Irrelevant. I've watched Josh McCoon and the cover-up team try to keep candidates off the ballot. I watched Josh McCoon and the cover-up team try to keep every delegate in the state away from David and Lisa Pierce and Lori McLean with the NDA. I've watched them do every nasty, despicable thing they could. I've watched them do voter suppression. Yes, voter manipulation, voter intimidation. Oh, I already know. I've got the phone calls. They've got people calling and saying nicely to county chairs, could you put your picture on here endorsing Josh? He really looks forward to working with you. And he can't wait. And he sure hopes he can count on you. Are you sure you're going to support him? Because we'd hate to tell him you're not. Now, that's not a quote, but that's happened. I've watched intimidation. I've watched every last bit. So what you want me to believe is something that could get altered, something that could be manipulated, something that could be that they will go to the extent that they have to steal an election Saturday, but this one is out of reach. Now, this has gone too far. This will be on the up and up because I know you can jam these. Oh, yeah, you can jam them. Jam, right? It's like Spaceballs. The radar's been jammed, sir. Raspberry. We've been raspberried. I don't know why I do that stuff, folks, but that can happen. I'm just telling you it could. You think that Josh McCoon made a decision, no executive committee, no state committee, no one. You think Josh McCoon made a decision to spend $12.5 on those, risking you may want paper ballots? Now, give me this right here. You can't make this up. You cannot. Give me number 23. Look at the attack. You look at the attack. They're all organized. They're all organized. These people are terrible, terrible people. Okay. Now give me 23 and we'll close. We're getting close to closing. I promise, Diane. Diane's going to yell at me. All right. I very strongly oppose using paper ballots. It'll take forever to count. Oh, we're sorry. We're sorry. It's going to take forever. Debbie. Sorry, Debbie. It's going to take forever. Why? Not going to say it. Not going to say it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I oppose David Cross's supporters. Not just no, but hell no. We'll strongly oppose it. So I just want to let you know that officially, good morning. I thought you'd want to know that our counting method, let's go back to 14. Forget that evil, despicable person. Let's go back here. Good morning. I thought you might want to know that our counting method was developed to be in compliance with Georgia Law 21-2-437 for hand counting for elections. It's in compliance with 21-2-437 of state law. Debbie Doulis, you evil, despicable person. Somebody go by and do a wellness check on her. And you don't have to say that these are David Cross people. We can put some of your people in the counting room or the opposite side or whatever. Terrible, terrible people. Now, let me make sure I don't have anything else for today. Be careful. I think Josh has got bigger plans. He went to the steakhouse in Arizona. I don't want to talk about it today. I think I'm going to leave it hanging out there for now. I think I am. But let me do this. We're going to do 3 things and go. Don't go anywhere. Stay right there. First of all, we got to do this one. We haven't done this one in a while. Give me video 20.
0.2. Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Now, give me video 22, right? 22. Give me video 22.
Now, y'all best understand the mess we're in. Josh waltzed in like sweet tea on a hot day, but that pitcher was full of vinegar. He sold his soul quicker than a set of Fiesta dishes at a Saturday garage sale. Then there's Sally, strutting like she won Best in Show at the Cobb County Election Fair. But try to pin her down for answers, and she's slipperier than okra on a tin roof in July. Brad's big as a bull now, but folded like a lawn chair. Betsy, the self-appointed name cop swatting folks like flies for using the wrong vowel. Jeff showed up out of nowhere, smoother than a snake in Sunday shoes, eyeing that checkbook like a fox in a hen house. Susie started out right, but sold her soul faster than a June bug flying to a porch light on a hot Georgia night. Jaquan blew in like a summer squall, loud enough to wake the chickens, gone before the rooster crowed. They've rolled out the welcome mat, but if he wins, the no trespassing sign will hang tighter than a tick on a hound. He's fresh as a summer creek, but he ain't got the backbone for the big leagues. Now, let's talk about Josh's off-her-leash chief soul seller Dooley, stirring up more mess than a possum in a picnic basket. Bless her screeching little heart, louder than a preacher at a tent revival, barking like a chihuahua in a thunderstorm. They thought they could run the joint like a backroom poker game, but the jig's up. Like Mama coming down the hall with a wooden spoon, justice is on its way. And when it hits, that crooked clubhouse will sizzle like fatback in Grandma's cast iron skillet.
Diane, you have the picture I asked you to crop a little bit. Could you do that and throw it up so we can close and get out of here? You know what? At the convention, starting tomorrow, Saturday being the vote, every time someone tells you Josh has been endorsed by this swamp rat, Josh has been endorsed by the president, Josh has been endorsed by this congressman, Josh has been endorsed by this person, look right at him and say, David Cross has been endorsed by we the people, not a swamp and not the swamp creatures. We're going to clean this place up. We're going to doge the Georgia GOP. This is Derek. He wrote this morning. He put it out there. Georgia is ground zero in the fight to save the country. Rebecca Yardley should have been elected chairwoman. This weekend, we have a chance to install a real leader with true outreach plan. Fact of the matter is, black people in Georgia make up 35% of the population. The future of the conservative leadership in the state depends on black vote. That's not an opinion, it's a fact. Join me and let's elect David Cross our next chairman. Well, this may shock some of you out there if you listen to Debbie Dooley, but that's my friend. You see, the problem the Republican Party has in the state of Georgia, they don't know how to make friends. They just don't. All right, so tomorrow we will have a Georgia half hour. We will have a Georgia half hour, and we have an update that we want to share. Our close right now, we want to update. We want to share concerning our friend, Bill Quinn. Now, I was honored to sit in for Bill last night at the Georgia show over on CDM Media and the Georgia Record. Hey, wanted to give you all an update on Bill. He is in a rehab facility in Cumming, all right? This is not funny, so I don't want to hear no jokes. They did a cognitive evaluation this morning, as well as his speech is normal. So, Bill, his cognitive function and his speech is normal. I'm going to pick on him. Oh, I can't wait to pick on him. But we love our friend. Well, as normal as Bill can be. So he will be focusing on he's at a physical therapy place, getting his leg back on track where he's had, the stroke, recovering from this medical emergency he went through. Thank you. This is coming direct from his family. Thank you for all your prayers. Keep them coming. He appreciates everyone's messages that you are sending him. So thank you very much for praying, keeping Bill in your prayers, his family. He loves the messages. He's upbeat. They say he's okay. Boy, we're going to have fun with that, right? But we love our friend Bill, and God bless everyone that's been praying for him. All right, folks, we'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Thank you, Diane. Thank you. And no violence. Yeah, I got to tell Diane that up front. I think I might see her at the convention. No violence. I'll see you in the morning later.